Hey guys, what is going on? This is Eric from Studio Ops, and you're about to watch my interview with Mike from SMSBump during last Shopify Pursuit in Amsterdam. If you don't know SMSBump by any chance, they are the #1 SMS marketing app for Shopify. They are awesome. My key takeaways from this interview is first, never, ever procrastinate, and two, always do your research, otherwise it's gonna bite you in the butt. Now let's just jump right into the interview and I'll see you later. Have fun. #1. We are here at Pursuit Amsterdam. I got here Mike, the founder of SMSBump. Just in case you live in a cave and you haven't heard of it, SMSBump is the #1 SMS marketing app for Shopify. I recommend checking it out. Mike, thank you for being here. Please take a minute or two to tell us about yourself and your company and what you guys been up to lately.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, Eric. Really appreciate it. So we work with SMSBump. If you haven't heard about it, we just recently got acquired by Yotpo, so we're joining a very big family of a very successful e-commerce company. We're adding marketing conversations towards their stack, and with us now, we're planning to grow the team and bring a lot of new features for Shopify and Shopify Plus merchants to the market.
That's cool, man. By the way, I've been using SMSBump back in the day when I was still a merchant. So again, I know this app is working. I want to give you like the usual kind words I say because I really love the app and I think you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
So let's just get to the right question.
Sure.
Tell me, as someone who's been around for quite a while in the Shopify ecosystem, what is your #1 tip for any Shopify merchants, or be either beginner or advanced?
Well, the #1 tip that I can give to newcomers is to definitely get stuff done. Do not procrastinate. Make sure that every day you deliver something. If you feel like you're too stressed or you're not going anywhere, just look for some support in the ecosystem. I certainly believe that Shopify has probably one of the best ecosystems around the market. So always try to get some support from people which are actually coming back from where you're headed to. And again, the system is so giving and welcoming that they will give you the proper support and direction in order for you to go to the next step. I think this is a very, very important tip. Said in other words, socialize, make sure you meet app developers, make sure you go to different meetups or events. Don't try to save money. It's probably the best investment that you can make.
Yeah, it makes sense. If I'm going back to your first point, do not procrastinate. That's like a business tip more than it's an e-commerce tip. And that makes sense because I think too many people think that Shopify, like building a Shopify store or a Shopify business isn't a valid business or isn't a valid business model, and you must adjust it as any other business, and like you wouldn't procrastinate on a brick and mortar business, the exact same thing you need to apply to your online business. And yeah, as Mike said, the ecosystem is very friendly. There's a lot of cool people you can meet that will share a lot of information for free or for paid, but again, there's plenty of information out there, so check it out. That leads me to the next question. What would you say is your #1 tip for Shopify partners? If it's someone who wants to build an app or become a Shopify expert or build a theme or become an agency, what is your #1 tip how to get started?
That's a very interesting question. Again, I would probably relate to the answer. I would definitely start doing research. For us, the total addressable market is a very important metric. So you want to make sure that when you actually become a partner, you will be earning, enough for you to kind of like meet the needs. And there is different steps and success stories. Like I would see, for instance, I'll try to find out how much the most successful agency is making, just so I can have some goal as to how much I can grow, or what is the average amount that a app developer makes per year? What is the average amount that the Shopify agency makes per year? And based upon this, I'll most probably try to get myself noticed. So if I'm doing Magento or any other platform, BigCommerce, whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start talking to Shopify and seeing what my future looks like with them. What happens if I bring one merchant? What happens if I bring two merchants? How can I nurture those relationships? Even going and registering as an expert and being part of a store or just doing some gigs on Fiverr, you want just to have your name heard. So even if you work as a subcontractor of an agency for the beginning, just so you can learn. Like, don't just go and start and I'm like, I'm going to build $100,000 store or $1 million store. No, in my opinion, learn about the ecosystem, see how you can be useful, and document all of those successes, share them with the community, and then you will get the appreciation back. So I guess it just comes to like build and be rather than, try to aim for quick wins.
Yeah, that's a lot of awesome information. I think again, what you say about gathering data about how the different business models within the ecosystem works, if it's agencies or different type of stores, because even within stores you have, for example, dropshipping stores or branded store or direct to customer brands and wholesale brands and a lot of different types of stores. Each one of them have probably different price points, and you're going to be able to maybe charge them accordingly. So these are all things you want to think and address with your pricing. And I think both of us with our products think that the more merchants your product is going to fit, the easier it's going to be for you to penetrate the market. And it's definitely something to consider. So definitely a lot of cool
always suggest. I mean, if you see that something doesn't work, don't be like, no, this is my thing. Always suggest, like, see how can I become better? Am I doing the right thing? Is my pricing way off? How can I improve it? Ask for opinions. Try to talk to people. I mean, if someone is an agency or an app developer, this doesn't mean that they're necessarily your competitor. So if you go and you tell them, hey, I need help, I need some guidance, this is where I'm getting stuck. What can you tell me to kind of like give them motivation? This is what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, me and you, like we know each other for
Tell
a
the
long
story.
time.
Tell the story.
And I think we learn each other a lot. Like we talk with each other all the time. So you can't say that we're competitors in any way, but either way, we share a lot of information so we can grow together. You want me to tell the story? Back in the day, I used to own my Shopify Plus store, and I started exploring SMS. I found out that SMSBump was the best solution back in the day, still is, by the way. So I reached out to their support. They were still pretty young, so Mike here answered the Facebook Messenger.
I was the support.
So he was the support. He was the only one, and he kind of guided me through the process, and he taught me all the little tips and tricks with SMS, and I gave him a lot of suggestions and advice regarding what I think is missing with SMS. I don't know, maybe you implemented some of it, but
also one of the first video reviews.
Oh yeah.
You made like 3,000 per share or something.
Yeah, you know what? We'll post it in the video in the description. We'll put the link in the description below.
Okay.
Brace yourself. It's a very old and boring video, so.
But
Yeah.
it's good for people to see how a video looks now and then how it looked back in the day.
If you ask me, I remember the day I saw that I get 6,000% ROI on your app. And by the way, I took so much from your app into our own apps. Like the way you show the ROI and measure things for the merchants. It's so important for you because that's the only way you can improve is to actually measure your results.
Exactly.
So that's something that you did. Yeah, all right. So let's cut this one out. We can keep talking this way for hours. Let's move on to the next question. I want you to tell us for you guys, what was the one thing that attributed the most to your success? What was the one thing that really helped you push the business forward?
Definitely the analytics. 100% the analytics. Just being I wouldn't say it's one thing. The first of all is the automation part of the application.
Wait, are you talking about analytics for you or analytics for the merchants?
Analytics for the merchant. So the moment the merchant can see a number, you can justify this number and you can make it easy for them to brag about it. This is how we actually started growing. Because in the beginning, I mean, now there are quite a lot of SMS apps around the market, but back in the days, it was us. And what happened is that we would have prolonged conversation with customers, just trying to convince them that SMS is a reliable channel, and what speaks better than numbers. So the moment people started getting great results, and you're one of the examples, they started making videos, they started sharing it on groups, they started saying, hey, this stuff works, and the word of mouth kicked in.
Yeah, and and by the way, another super important note about it for you app developers, I see too many apps that are trying to attribute any sale on that store to themselves. Only attribute sales that are 100% you. For us, at least, if the sale is not 100% from Reconvert, we're not going to count it as a sale generated by Reconvert, because first of all, it's unfair, and second of all, merchants aren't stupid. They're going to see that it doesn't make any sense. So you need to have very accurate analytics, and merchants going to love you for that. So yeah.
And by the way, if you make a mistake, make sure to address it. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to say that you're right and they don't understand. If you make a mistake, say, listen, we screwed up. We know how to fix it. It's going to get done. And always add a little bit of a sweetener. Like always say, and by the way, just because you're helping us make the app better for everyone else, here is X amount of credits, or here's 2 months free on us. Thank you for being an ambassador. And this is how you actually change the whole perception of a customer.
Yeah, and it's also a part of, looking at things for the long run. Like I see too many people afraid to give, a discount or extended free trial for customers. If someone is going to stay with you for 3 years, you shouldn't care about giving him, whatever he needs in order to feel comfortable staying with you. They need to know that you are there for them when they need help. And it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's a little more complex from e-commerce. With e-commerce, it's usually fairly simple. Customers asking the same questions again and again. With software, it might be a little bit more complex. But if you're going to be there for them, they're going to love you for it, and they're going to stay with you for years. So have that in mind. Now, that leads me to the next question, which is kind of the opposite of what I asked now. I'm wondering, what was your biggest challenges, or the biggest challenge you've had or you have right now that preventing you from expanding even further, or prevented you from expanding even?
Well, to be honest, very early days, we didn't know that well what we were going and what's going to happen. Frankly, ever since we started the app, it has been growing amazingly. So we haven't had a challenge. The whole challenge was making sure that we hire the best possible people, that we keep them motivated, that they're happy, they know the direction that they're going to, and just showing them that we are a company that cares for people, and we inject this into them, making sure that they're satisfied, making sure that we're treating them really well, making sure that they know that we're making progress. And this progress is largely because of them. It's not because of me, it's not because of someone else in the company. It's a team effort. We're in the same boat, and all of us have to have the eyes on the prize, and all of us have to row into the same direction. We were not looking for the superhero that come and show us and just open our eyes. No, we just want open-minded people that are very transparent. Then if they see a difference, they come and they talk to us this is shit, I don't like it, this process can be improved. Only with this free conversation and the doors open to us, we can go forward.
Yeah, and I feel like with our team, at least, it's very important to us always to let our employees know the priority. The priority is always employees comes first. We want them to feel very comfortable working for us. We don't want them to always be afraid of the one mistake that's gonna screw things up for them. So our employees come first, customers come second, and only us, the business owners, come third. So I think that's a healthy recipe for a healthy business, and that's something we truly believe in. Not that we're saying, that our employees can, dismiss everything customer says, but they need to know that we have their back as the business owners.
Yes,
and
great.
I think that's something that too many companies are not doing, and it's causing the employees to be the entire team to be very scared of taking actions that are meaningful for the business. So this is at least the way we look at it.
I think I have a pretty different view on the employees. In my opinion, you need to employees as good as you treat your customers, which in our case was good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can look at it. It's different, but the same in a way.
And one thing which is very important, you can never overpay a good employee.
Agreed.
You can never overpay a good employee.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Especially if someone is irreplaceable,
Yes.
don't even start this game.
Yes.
I mean, be fair, but give them what they deserve. All right, dude, that's like so far bunch of gold nuts. Thank you so much. Last question for this interview, Mike. Can you tell me, please, what is the most exciting thing you think is going to come from Shopify in 2020? Either new features not yet to be announced, or something they already announced and didn't come up yet, or anything else about the ecosystem you find exciting.
There are a couple of features which I know are coming, which I cannot tell anything about. But I think what we're going to see is more and more app developers and more agencies joining Shopify. There are plenty of investors looking into Shopify as an ecosystem and as a great marketplace. And I think this year we will see a lot of consolidation of apps as well.
Yeah, and you're like leading this way already.
I don't think we're leading it, but we were
You're
able to
becoming
be
a part of the game.
we are part of the movement, and I think anyone who is on the edge or thinking whether they should join the market, the best time to join the market is today.
Couldn't agree more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Mike, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
if you
you.
haven't already, check out SMSBump. It's awesome, and these guys are doing awesome job. Have a great rest of your night, and thank you so much for being
And click on the bell icon and subscribe to the channel for Reconvert for latest tips and tricks on Shopify, and download Reconvert and a bunch of other apps by Stilio.
Very smart guy. Listen to what I have to say. All right. Thank you so
brother.
much.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you had fun. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click this notification button so you'll know whenever we go live or release new content. If you haven't already, make sure to join our Facebook group with over 1,500 Shopify merchants. And if you have any questions or comment, make sure to just leave them in the comment section below. I promise we'll answer everybody. Thank you again, guys. I'll see you on the next video.